Okay. This is going to be a quick demonstration for how to pull a work of art's color palette and how to cut and create the gradients. So, okay, so I wanted to show you all how to do the part of the assignment where I basically, grabbed a work of art. So if I open up my reference, I use like this Vincent Van Gogh painting, and basically grab this color palette to use it to color and create my work of art on this side here. So I have to hide some of my layers so I can show it. So this is like the painting that I created from using Vincent Van Gogh's color palette. So yeah, the way I did that though, pretty simple. You just go to the your color button on the top right. Click on palette down here on the bottom right, and just click on the plus, and then you just do it from photos. So you would just save your image that you want to use a color palette from. So let's just say I didn't want to use Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah, I might want to use like a different work of art. So let's just say I wanted to pull from like, I don't know, maybe this painting here. It'll pull from that painting, and then you'll get like those same exact colors. So the colors below are like the ones I got from the Vincent Van Gogh painting. So after you've done that though, all you do is just kind of drag this palette down, and then it'll just be like a little separate window. So you just arrange your space to be able to have some space to just work on some things. Okay, basically all I did though when I worked on the painting was now I just kind of separate the layers here. Actually, a couple more layers open here that I didn't want. So initially, like this first layer right here, this is just me coloring in some areas. So I'm just kind of laying out the colors. So if you were to look at it normally, this is like how it looks. So I just basically used like a brush, picked out some colors. Obviously, that's not the palette I'm using. Vincent Van Gogh painting. So I basically just pulled some of these colors to, just color in some of the areas. Kind of color out the painting. And then the only thing you want to make sure to do though is just change the overlay from normal to color. So colors are a really nice way to just get the colors without losing the values. So I just colored it in the areas where I thought there would be colors. So like the his beard, I try to make that more like the orange color. I noticed there was like lighter greens on the shadows. The highlights on his face is like this, lighter yellow. And, I just kind of color it over just to see how the colors look. So, this is definitely one method you can do with just experimenting with colors with your original picture. And then, if you want to kind of go into more detail with the drawing, you can do like some paint overs. I would just, after you kind of like establish the colors, so you can definitely eyedrop the colors and the details, draw more. Just for the purposes of the video, though, I'm not gonna, go into like the painting process, but so I kind of worked on the beard a little bit more, and then I just, did more painting with it. So that's how I got like this piece here. So. Okay, so I did want to show you that, in one video, and then the other part of the video is going to be the, this is going to be important. This is going to be like the one that most of you all are probably watching this for, is how to add like the little gradient maps. So if you saw like this example here that I showed you, I kind of pulled these little box gradient maps. So, if my AP score were to look at my process documentation piece, they could see like, these are the gradients you kind of use to create your gradient maps. So real simple though. Every time you use the gradient maps to change with the color of your work of art. So for example, if I clicked on this layer right here, I clicked on adjustments, gradient map, and I wanted to explore with, I don't know, like this gradient here. So you click on this gradient here, you know, you mess around with it to get the colors you want. Maybe I might try like an orange or something. So all you need to do if you want to use this gradient though is just do a screenshot. So just swipe on the bottom left-hand corner, do a screenshot, and then click on done and then save the photos. So so when you save it to photos, and I'm gonna click on done here and click on the wand to finalize my gradient. We're just gonna go to the photos area and go to the picture that we took. So you know, you do have the option of cropping out the gradient map, because that's essentially what we're going to do when we click on the edit button on here, is we're just going to crop it. It might just be my iPad, but I noticed this with every iPad though. If you try to crop it in the other window though, it's not going to crop it. It's always not going to crop it. So you have to crop it after you've saved the photo, but yeah, I would just crop it as close to the edge as you can. And it's okay if that gets cut off, but all we need is just this little gradient map thing. So click on the crop tool, click on done, and then you have like that picture gradient that you want. So if you don't get a chance to do it right away though, definitely like any gradients you create, unless if you've created another one over it, it should still be here though. So not the end of the world if you don't have your exact gradient. You can always go back and, you know, take a screenshot of it and then add it. So you know, click on the wrench, click on add, insert photo, and then I can just insert this gradient on here. So I'm gonna resize this, make it smaller. You know, let's just say like hypothetically I wanted to put it like right here. So, you know, I can incorporate that in my, you know, with my picture. I could put it on the bottom too, but I have like text down here. Or, you know, put it below it. I probably would erase that text to put it like below it, just like I did with the other one. Okay, but that's how you get the gradient. The only other thing too is, you know, you might have to get in close. You know, if you need to like erase the edges a little bit. You know, there was like a little white spot in some of those parts. Like right here, there's like a little orange. So it might be white spots on yours though, but that's like the only part you would have to do a little bit of erasing to clean up. Okay, but that's how you get those little gradient windows. And then, you know, it's always going to be on a separate layer, so you can definitely move it around, resize it, you know, kind of fit it within your design of your process documentation piece.